Black Wall Street, a resilient community that defied the harsh realities of racial segregation in the early 20th century. Witnessed the extraordinary rise of prosperity against a backdrop of discrimination as residents united to forge a thriving haven. Explore the vibrant tapestry of enterprises, from grocery stores to theaters, schools to medical facilities, that not only catered to the local populace but became pillars of economic independence. Join us as we unravel the untold stories of resilience, determination, and the unwavering spirit that transformed adversity into a beacon of hope. You might be wondering the reason we're making this video. We're making this video because most of our black brothers and sisters are unaware of painful black history like this. Also, black history has been erased, hidden and banned from most schools that our African people wallow in ignorance. Please kindly do us a favor. Like this video so that YouTube algorithm will recommend it for wider audience. Share and subscribe to this channel Black and Powerful, and turn on the bell notification so that you don't miss a thing. Let's continue with the video. Black Wall Street emerged as a beacon of prosperity despite the racial segregation and discrimination that characterized the early 20th century. The community thrived due to the collective efforts of its residents, who established a wide range of enterprises, including grocery stores, theaters, schools, and medical facilities. These businesses not only served the local population but also created job opportunities and fostered economic independence within the community. The success of Black Wall Street can be attributed to the determination of its entrepreneurs and professionals who, despite facing systemic racism, managed to build a self-sufficient and prosperous enclave. Educational institutions within the community played a crucial role in empowering the younger generation, fostering a sense of pride and resilience that permeated throughout Black Wall Street. However, the resilience of Black Wall Street also drew resentment from some white residents, leading to tragic events such as the Tulsa Race Massacre in 1921. This devastating incident resulted in the destruction of the once thriving community, leaving a scar on the history of African American economic empowerment. Despite the tragedy, the legacy of Black Wall Street endures as a testament to the strength of black entrepreneurship and the importance of building self-sustaining communities. The deeply ingrained racial segregation and oppressive Jim Crow laws cast a pervasive shadow over black communities, creating an environment marked by profound economic challenges. These discriminatory laws, enforced across the southern United States, subjected African Americans to institutionalized racism, restricting their access to education, employment opportunities, and fair wages. Under the weight of these systemic barriers, black communities grappled with limited economic mobility. Educational opportunities for African Americans were often segregated and underfunded, perpetuating an educational disparity that hindered the community's ability to access higher-skilled professions. The dearth of quality education acted as a significant obstacle, perpetuating a cycle of limited economic advancement for African Americans. Moreover, employment avenues were constrained by discriminatory practices, with many black individuals relegated to low-wage jobs without opportunities for professional growth. The lack of access to fair wages and upward mobility further exacerbated the economic hardships faced by black families, impeding their ability to accumulate wealth and invest in businesses or property. The economic landscape of the early 1900s reflected a harsh reality where systemic racism not only stifled individual aspirations but also curtailed the collective economic growth of black communities. However, amidst these challenges, the seeds of resilience were sown. In response to the limitations imposed by segregation and discriminatory laws, black entrepreneurs and visionaries began to carve out spaces for economic self-sufficiency. This era laid the groundwork for the rise of vibrant black communities, such as Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Despite the formidable obstacles, these communities became beacons of resilience, illustrating the strength and ingenuity of African Americans in the face of adversity. The struggle against economic oppression became a pivotal chapter in the broader narrative of the civil rights movement, as the fight for economic justice became intricately woven into the fabric of the struggle for racial equality. Embarking on the exploration of Black Wall Street's emergence as a beacon of hope requires us to delve into the intricate tapestry of economic resilience woven by its residents. In the face of entrenched racial segregation, discriminatory policies, and profound economic disadvantages, the community not only defied the odds but also carved out a paradigm of self-sufficiency and excellence. At the heart of Black Wall Street's success were visionary entrepreneurs who, against the backdrop of systemic racism, established a diverse array of businesses. From grocery stores and pharmacies to insurance companies and theaters, these ventures not only addressed the daily needs of the community but also served as pillars of economic empowerment. Through sheer determination and a commitment to excellence, Black entrepreneurs created an ecosystem that thrived independently, fostering a sense of pride and economic autonomy. The financial institutions within Black Wall Street played a pivotal role in breaking the chains of economic oppression. Black-owned banks and credit unions provided access to capital, enabling residents to invest in businesses, homes, and education. This financial infrastructure not only circuited wealth within the community but also served as a counterforce to the discriminatory practices of mainstream banking institutions. Education was another cornerstone of Black Wall Street's resilience. Despite facing segregated and underfunded schools, the community placed a premium on education, nurturing a generation that would contribute significantly to the area's economic vitality. The schools became centers of empowerment, instilling a sense of self-worth and determination in the face of societal obstacles. The triumphs of Black Wall Street were, unfortunately, met with hostility. The Tulsa race massacre in 1921 stands as a stark reminder of the threats faced by the community. This tragic event resulted in the destruction of businesses and homes, tearing apart the fabric of a thriving community. Despite this setback, the spirit of Black Wall Street endured, as its residents displayed resilience by rebuilding and preserving their entrepreneurial legacy. A journey back to the early 20th century, the rise of Black Wall Street unfolds in the vibrant Greenwood neighborhood of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Greenwood was more than a geographical location. It was a crucible where the aspirations and resilience of African Americans melded to create something extraordinary. Amidst the challenges of racial segregation and economic disparities, Greenwood became a testament to the strength of community and the pursuit of dreams. In the heart of Greenwood, homes weren't just structures. They were symbols of perseverance. Families, determined to forge a better future, established a tight-knit community where mutual support and collective aspirations flourished. These homes were not only shelters but incubators of dreams, fostering an environment where the seeds of ambition could take root and grow. Schools within Greenwood became transformative spaces, challenging the limitations imposed by a segregated educational system. Despite facing inadequate resources, the community prioritized education, recognizing it as the key to breaking the chains of systemic oppression. These schools, fueled by the passion of dedicated educators and the thirst for knowledge from students, became nurturing grounds for intellectual growth and empowerment. Greenwood's emergence as Black Wall Street was a multifaceted endeavor that extended beyond physical structures. Dreams, aspirations, and entrepreneurial spirit converged to create a dynamic business district. Black-owned enterprises, ranging from barbershops and restaurants to theaters and beauty salons, dotted the landscape, contributing to the economic vibrancy of the community. Each business was a manifestation of determination, challenging the status quo and creating opportunities for economic advancement. Crucially, the success of Black Wall Street in Greenwood was anchored in a sense of unity and collective purpose. Mutual support and a commitment to excellence permeated the community, fostering an environment where individual success translated into communal prosperity. This interconnectedness was a driving force behind the resilience of Black Wall Street, a force that withstood the challenges posed by the broader societal landscape. The rise of Black Wall Street in Greenwood not only represented economic achievement but also underscored the importance of preserving cultural identity. Churches, community centers, and cultural events served as anchors, nurturing a sense of pride and belonging. This cultural richness was not just a backdrop but an integral part of the fabric that made Black Wall Street a unique and thriving enclave. The success of Black Wall Street was fueled by a dynamic interplay of factors that transformed Greenwood into a beacon of resilience and prosperity. At its core, entrepreneurship emerged as a driving force, with individuals within the community taking bold risks and founding businesses that defied the systemic constraints of the time. These entrepreneurs, armed with determination and innovation, were the architects of an economic revolution that reshaped the destiny of Black Wall Street. Beyond the entrepreneurial spirit, the success of Black Wall Street was intricately woven into the fabric of community support. Picture a network where everyone, from business owners to residents, looked out for one another. It wasn't merely transactional. It was a communal commitment to success. This mutual support system became a cornerstone of Black Wall Street's strength, fostering an environment where the success of one business contributed to the collective prosperity of the entire community. Cultural pride served as the cohesive glue that held this intricate tapestry together. Despite facing deeply entrenched systemic challenges, the people of Black Wall Street embraced their heritage with unwavering pride, transforming it into a source of strength and unity. Cultural identity was not a hindrance but a catalyst, empowering individuals to navigate adversity with resilience and grace. This pride in heritage became a driving force behind the creation of a unique community ethos. Envision a place where dreams took flight, not just in the boardrooms of businesses but in the hearts and minds of every resident. Businesses flourished, not solely as profit-making entities but as contributors to a shared narrative of success. The community, standing resilient against the winds of adversity, drew its strength from the collective determination to overcome historical challenges. The rise of Black Wall Street wasn't a singular triumph. It was a symphony of unity, entrepreneurship, and cultural pride. It was a testament to the transformative power of a community that dared to dream, build, and stand tall against the prevailing social and economic norms of the time. The success of Black Wall Street echoes through history as a reminder that unity, entrepreneurship, and cultural pride are not just pathways to prosperity but enduring sources of strength in the face of adversity. The journey of Black Wall Street was undeniably marked by systemic challenges that cast a long shadow over the community's remarkable achievements. As we explore the tumultuous landscape faced by Black Wall Street, three significant systemic challenges emerge as formidable adversaries to the aspirations of a thriving community. Firstly, racial segregation entrenched itself in the early 20th century, becoming an unwelcome and persistent guest in the United States. The discriminatory policies that enforced this separation infiltrated every facet of life, and Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, was not immune. The community had to navigate a world where individuals were segregated based on skin color, determining where they could live, attend school, and even the spaces they could occupy. Despite the vibrant success of Greenwood, the harsh reality of segregation served as a constant reminder of the systemic barriers that sought to stifle progress. Secondly, the specter of Jim Crow laws loomed large, acting as a formidable barrier to economic opportunities for black individuals. These laws, enforcing racial inequality through segregation and the denial of equal rights, created a challenging environment for Black Wall Street. The impact reverberated through restricted access to quality education, limited job opportunities, and unfair wages. The very laws designed to uphold racial segregation became entrenched obstacles, hindering the community's pursuit of economic advancement and self-sufficiency. Thirdly, the unequal distribution of resources compounded the challenges faced by Black Wall Street. Despite the community's entrepreneurial spirit and economic successes, obtaining loans, accessing capital, and securing fair economic opportunities remained elusive. The systemic hurdles mirrored a storm cloud, limiting the scale of achievements and perpetuating an economic playing field tilted against Black Wall Street. The struggle for equal access to resources and a fair distribution of wealth became a defining battle in the community's journey. In essence, Black Wall Street stood at the intersection of historical adversity and collective resilience. Despite facing racial segregation, discriminatory laws, and economic disparities, the community forged ahead, building an economic and cultural legacy that defied the odds. The systemic challenges, akin to a storm cloud, did not overshadow the vibrancy of Greenwood. Instead, they became catalysts for a resilient spirit that weathered the storm, leaving an enduring legacy that continues to inspire and illuminate the path toward a more equitable future. The annihilation of Black Wall Street in the cataclysmic event known as the Tulsa Race Massacre in 1921 remains a tragic chapter that cast an indelible shadow over the vibrant Greenwood District. Picture a thriving community abruptly thrust into chaos, its very existence threatened by an eruption of violence and hatred. The Tulsa Race Massacre, a brutal assault orchestrated by a white mob, unleashed a wave of destruction that laid waste to the accomplishments and aspirations of Black Wall Street. As the violence unfolded, homes once filled with the dreams and aspirations of Greenwood's residents were reduced to ashes. The flames of destruction devoured not only physical structures but the very fabric of a tightly knit community that had defied systemic oppression. The streets, once lined with black-owned businesses, became battlegrounds of destruction and looting. The economic vibrancy that had characterized Black Wall Street transformed into a haunting tableau of devastation. Businesses, pillars of entrepreneurship and economic autonomy, were not spared in the brutality of the massacre. The looting and destruction wreaked havoc on the foundations of these enterprises, erasing years of hard work and achievement. The echoes of shattered windows and crumbling storefronts resonated as the tangible remnants of a thriving economic hub were systematically dismantled. Beyond the physical toll, the Tulsa Race Massacre shattered lives and left an indescribable emotional scar on the residents of Black Wall Street. Families were displaced, livelihoods were obliterated, and the trauma endured by the community reverberated for generations. The collective memory of the massacre became a haunting reminder of the violence inflicted upon a community that had dared to defy societal norms and build a legacy of resilience. The Tulsa Race Massacre stands as one of the darkest moments in American history, a brutal testament to the virulent racism and hatred that sought to suppress black economic success and social progress. The aftermath of this tragic event lingered in the silence that followed, as the voices of the victims and the cries of a dismantled community echoed through the years, demanding acknowledgement and justice. The destruction of Black Wall Street in the Tulsa Race Massacre remains a somber reminder of the fragility of progress in the face of deeply entrenched prejudice. However, it also serves as a call to remember the resilience of a community that, even in the aftermath of such devastation, sought to rebuild and preserve its legacy. The story of Black Wall Street, marked by both triumph and tragedy, continues to shape conversations about historical injustices and the ongoing pursuit of a more just and equitable society. Envision a city plunged into a maelstrom of violence, its streets echoing with the ominous reverberations of racial hatred. The catalyst for this upheaval was a tragic incident involving a black man and a white woman, a spark that ignited an inferno of racial animosity. The response, however, transcended reason, as an unfathomable assault was unleashed upon the entirety of the Greenwood community, a thriving enclave also known as Black Wall Street. The white mob, armed and driven by the toxic currents of racism, descended upon Greenwood with a ferocity that defied humanity. The assault was not directed at a singular incident. It was an orchestrated onslaught against an entire community that had dared to flourish against the backdrop of systemic oppression. The very essence of Black Wall Street became the target, and the consequences were catastrophic. Homes, once sanctuaries for dreams and aspirations, were engulfed in flames, leaving behind a landscape of smoldering ruins. The crackling fire devoured the physical manifestations of generational progress, reducing residences to charred remnants of what once stood proudly in Greenwood. Businesses, the economic lifelines of the community, were not spared. They became targets of destruction and looting, dismantling the economic autonomy that had been painstakingly built. The human toll of this brutal assault was immeasurable. Families were forcibly displaced, their lives upended in the wake of the violence. Countless lives were lost in the chaos, leaving behind a staggering and heartbreaking toll on the residents of Black Wall Street. The aftermath of this nightmarish event revealed not just physical devastation, but a community left emotionally shattered. In the aftermath, As the acrid smoke of the arson cleared, the true extent of the trauma came into sharp relief. Greenwood was left not only physically torn apart but emotionally scarred. The very essence of community, woven through years of shared struggles and successes, lay in tatters. The collective trauma endured by the residents became a lasting legacy, echoing through the generations that followed. This heinous act of violence stands as a stark reminder of the deep-seated racism that permeated American society during that era. The assault on Black Wall Street was not merely an attack on a community. It was an assault on the very idea that black individuals could thrive independently. The aftermath of this night of terror lingered not only in the scorched ruins but in the echoes of injustice that demanded acknowledgement and redress. The destruction of Black Wall Street, fueled by racial hatred and systemic racism, remains an indelible stain on the pages of history. However, within the ruins of Greenwood, the spirit of resilience persisted. The story of Black Wall Street, marked by tragedy and strength, continues to resonate as a testament to the endurance of a community that, even in the face of unimaginable adversity, sought to rebuild and reclaim its place in history. The economic ramifications of the destruction of Black Wall Street were nothing short of profound, echoing through the corridors of time and leaving an enduring legacy of loss and disruption. The obliteration of homes and businesses in Greenwood translated into the annihilation of hard-earned wealth, a devastating setback for generational prosperity that reverberated through the years. The dream that was Black Wall Street, constructed through years of unyielding struggle and resilience, found itself abruptly reduced to smoldering ashes. Consider the economic landscape that once thrived in Greenwood, a flourishing community that defied systemic challenges and epitomized black excellence. The loss of businesses, the backbone of this economic success, rippled through generations, disrupting the very fabric of a community that had risen above adversity. It was not merely a physical assault. It was an economic tragedy of monumental proportions, with repercussions that extended far beyond the immediate aftermath of the Tulsa race massacre. The destruction of Black Wall Street meant more than the loss of physical structures. It signified the erasure of economic stability that had been painstakingly built. Businesses, which once stood as symbols of entrepreneurship and autonomy, were reduced to ruins. This loss had intergenerational implications, as the setback impacted the accumulated wealth and progress that families had strived to achieve. The economic pillars of Black Wall Street, once vibrant and resilient, were now replaced by the harsh reality of financial ruin. The scars left by the Tulsa race massacre were not confined to a particular era. They transcended time, influencing the trajectory of the community for generations to come. The loss of businesses meant the dismantling of economic foundations that could have continued to thrive and contribute to the broader societal landscape. The disruption of generational prosperity echoed through the years, underscoring the enduring impact of racial violence and hatred. The destruction of Black Wall Street emerges as a painful chapter in history, where a resilient community faced unimaginable violence and loss. The economic tragedy that unfolded in the wake of the Tulsa race massacre serves as a poignant reminder of the far-reaching consequences of racial hatred. The scars left behind underscore the importance of acknowledging historical injustices, as they continue to shape the narratives of communities that endured such atrocities. As we reflect on this painful chapter, it becomes imperative to recognize the resilience of Black Wall Street and the ongoing quest for justice, equality, and the acknowledgement of the profound economic losses suffered by a community that dared to dream against all odds. As we reflect on the legacy of Black Wall Street, it's crucial to recognize that while physically devastated, its spirit endured, a testament to the indomitable resilience of the Greenwood community. The story of Black Wall Street transcends the ashes and ruins left by the Tulsa race massacre. It becomes a narrative of triumph over tragedy, a legacy that continues to resonate and inspire future generations. The resilience displayed by the residents of Black Wall Street became a beacon of hope for those who came after them. Imagine the stories passed down through families, each narrative echoing the strength and determination of those who, against all odds, chose to rebuild and reclaim their future. These stories became more than oral histories. They evolved into a living testament to the unyielding spirit of a community that refused to be defined by the violence inflicted upon it. Black Wall Street's enduring influence extends beyond the physical boundaries of Greenwood. It lies in the inspiration it provides, a timeless lesson in the power of unity and entrepreneurship in the face of adversity. The community's ability to rebuild and flourish after the devastation became a blueprint for future generations striving for economic empowerment and social progress. The legacy of Black Wall Street speaks to the resilience inherent in the pursuit of Black economic empowerment. It exemplifies the strength derived from a collective commitment to success, even in the aftermath of a brutal attack aimed at suppressing such progress. The echoes of Black Wall Street serve as a reminder that while physical structures can be destroyed, the spirit of entrepreneurship and unity can endure, creating a lasting impact on the trajectory of Black economic empowerment. In the annals of history, Black Wall Street stands as a symbol of defiance, a community that, despite facing unimaginable violence and loss, refused to be defined by its darkest moments. The enduring legacy lies in the empowerment narrative it weaves, inspiring communities to harness their collective strength, nurture entrepreneurship, and persevere in the face of systemic challenges. The impact of Black Wall Street on Black economic empowerment resonates in the ongoing quest for justice, equality, and the acknowledgement of historical injustices. It serves as a rallying cry for communities to reclaim their narratives, celebrate their successes, and confront the challenges that persist. The spirit of Black Wall Street lives on, urging future generations to build upon its legacy and continue the journey toward economic empowerment and prosperity. Fast forward to today, and the quest for Black economic empowerment persists, taking shape within the dynamic landscape of modern movements. Imagine a concerted effort to break down the systemic barriers that have long hindered economic progress. In the present day, organizations and individuals are actively engaged in initiatives aimed at creating opportunities, fostering entrepreneurship, and dismantling the persistent economic disparities that echo the challenges faced by Black Wall Street. Contemporary movements are navigating a complex terrain, addressing issues deeply rooted in historical injustices. Visualize a network of organizations working tirelessly to dismantle systemic barriers that limit access to education, employment, and capital for Black individuals. These initiatives recognize the importance of not only acknowledging historical disparities but actively working to rectify them by fostering an environment where economic empowerment is accessible to all. The parallel between the historical struggles of Black Wall Street and modern movements is striking. While the methods and contexts differ, the shared goal remains: to build a more equitable future where economic opportunities are not dictated by race. Today's initiatives draw inspiration from the resilience of Black Wall Street, recognizing that the challenges faced by the Greenwood community are not relics of the past but enduring issues that demand contemporary solutions. Imagine a landscape where entrepreneurship is championed as a pathway to economic autonomy. Modern movements are actively promoting and supporting Black-owned businesses, recognizing their pivotal role in creating a more inclusive economy. These initiatives understand the significance of providing resources, mentorship, and access to capital to empower Black entrepreneurs, echoing the spirit of self-sufficiency that was at the core of Black Wall Street's success. Contemporary movements also address the importance of education as a tool for economic empowerment. Visualize initiatives striving to bridge educational gaps and ensure equitable access to quality learning opportunities. These efforts echo the historical struggles of Black Wall Street, emphasizing the transformative power of education in breaking the cycle of economic disparities. In this landscape, the resonance with the historical struggles of Black Wall Street is not only a reminder of the challenges faced but also a testament to the enduring spirit of resilience. The determination to overcome obstacles, foster entrepreneurship, and dismantle economic disparities mirrors the ethos that propelled Black Wall Street to prominence in the early 20th century. As we navigate the complexities of the present, the lessons from Black Wall Street guide contemporary movements in their pursuit of a more equitable future. The spirit of unity, entrepreneurship, and resilience that define the historical struggles of Black Wall Street continues to inspire and shape the trajectory of modern initiatives. The quest for black economic empowerment is an ongoing journey, and the echoes of Greenwood reverberate in the collective efforts to build a society where economic opportunities are accessible to all, regardless of race. In navigating the present, it's imperative to confront the challenges that persist in ongoing efforts for black economic empowerment. Systemic issues, deeply rooted in historical injustices, continue to pose formidable obstacles to achieving sustained resilience. From unequal access to resources to persistent discrimination, these challenges underscore the complexity of the journey towards a more inclusive economic landscape. However, within the acknowledgement of these hurdles lies the potential to shape a future where collective efforts, policy changes, and societal shifts contribute to genuine and lasting economic empowerment. Picture a present where disparities in access to resources perpetuate cycles of economic inequality. Contemporary challenges echo the historical struggles faced by Black Wall Street, emphasizing the urgency of dismantling systemic barriers that hinder equal opportunities. Organizations and individuals engaged in the pursuit of black economic empowerment today are actively addressing these issues, working towards a reality where the distribution of resources is equitable and accessible to all. Consider the persistence of discrimination, both overt and systemic, in hindering the progress of black individuals and communities. In the landscape of modern movements, efforts are underway to challenge and dismantle discriminatory practices. These initiatives recognize that achieving black economic empowerment necessitates a concerted focus on eradicating discriminatory barriers, fostering an environment where talent and potential are not stifled by prejudiced structures. Yet, within these challenges lies the opportunity to forge a more inclusive future. Imagine a society where collective efforts translate into policy changes that actively address and rectify systemic issues. Modern movements are advocating for policy reforms that seek to level the playing field, ensuring that economic opportunities are not disproportionately influenced by race. By actively engaging with policy changes, the path towards economic empowerment becomes clearer, reflecting a commitment to justice and equity. As we navigate the present, the legacy of Black Wall Street serves as a beacon of inspiration and a stark reminder of the enduring impact of systemic challenges. By examining this legacy, understanding the intricacies of modern movements, and actively addressing the persisting hurdles, we lay the foundation for a future where economic resilience is not just a dream but a reality for all. The aspirations of those striving for economic empowerment today are intricately linked to the enduring legacy of Black Wall Street. The lessons learned from the challenges faced by Greenwood pave the way for a future where collective efforts translate into lasting change. The narrative of economic empowerment becomes a dynamic tapestry woven with the threads of resilience, unity, and a commitment to dismantling systemic obstacles. In addressing present challenges and acknowledging the historical struggles, we contribute to the ongoing dialogue of creating an inclusive economic landscape. The legacy of Black Wall Street extends beyond the confines of history books. It lives on in the determination of those working towards a future where economic empowerment is not merely an aspiration but an attainable reality for all. Through examination, understanding, and active engagement, we cultivate a legacy that withstands the test of time, a legacy where the dreams of Black Wall Street find resonance in the economic empowerment of generations to come. The Black Wall Street narrative transcends the realm of mere storytelling. It is a crucial chapter in history that illuminates the profound impact of systemic racism, the resilience forged through community bonds, and the enduring consequences of racial violence. Imagine it as a prism refracting the harsh realities faced by a community that dared to thrive against the backdrop of deeply entrenched discriminatory practices. At its core, the narrative serves as a stark reminder of the insidious nature of systemic racism. Picture a society where deeply ingrained prejudices seep into every facet of life, shaping the opportunities available based on the color of one's skin. Black Wall Street, nestled in the vibrant Greenwood community, became a microcosm reflecting the broader challenges faced by African Americans during the early 20th century. It lays bare the harsh truth that economic success, even when attained through resilience and entrepreneurship, was not immune to the pervasive forces of racism. The strength of community bonds emerges as a central theme in the Black Wall Street narrative. Visualize a close-knit community that, in the face of adversity, stood united to defy societal norms and create a flourishing economic hub. The businesses weren't just establishments. They were threads woven into the fabric of community life, where success was communal and individual accomplishments were celebrated as collective victories. The narrative of Black Wall Street underscores the transformative power of unity, resilience, and mutual support in the face of external pressures. Consequences of racial violence are etched deeply into the Black Wall Street narrative, particularly through the harrowing events of the Tulsa race massacre. Picture the once thriving Greenwood District plunged into chaos as a white mob, fueled by racism, unleashed unprecedented violence upon the community. The destruction of homes, businesses, and lives left scars that transcended generations, emphasizing the enduring trauma inflicted by racial violence. This chapter in history becomes a lens through which we examine the broader implications of racial violence on the socio-economic fabric of a community. The consequences reverberate not just in the immediate aftermath but echo through time, influencing subsequent generations and shaping their relationship with economic empowerment. The scars of racial violence serve as a poignant reminder of the ongoing struggle for justice and equality. The Black Wall Street narrative challenges us to confront uncomfortable truths about the systemic challenges faced by Black communities, the strength derived from communal ties, and the lasting impact of racial violence. It serves as a call to action, urging society to acknowledge historical injustices, dismantle discriminatory systems, and actively work towards building a future where economic opportunities are truly equitable for all. In understanding this narrative, we navigate a path towards a more just and inclusive society, where the lessons learned from the challenges of Black Wall Street contribute to a legacy of resilience, unity, and the unwavering pursuit of economic empowerment.